economic development opportunity. We've got now a sort of a list of about 20 either property owners, developers, or brokers. Continue between Sal and I in touch with many of them. And again, just trying to either raise awareness or, keep the issue and the city and the EDIC's interest in economic development and bringing new sites online front of brain for these folks. So nothing to report yet, more specifically, but we continue to promote that. Next item, nothing really to report here. The Municipal Harbor Plan Committee that I sit on is finishing up the economic analysis, and that will be sort of available soon. As I've said in the past, it really paints a better picture of Gloucester and the fishing industry than many people have. That it continues to, while it's challenging times on a number of levels, it continues to be a vibrant fishing community in a lot of ways. Certainly brings in a minimum of $50 million in landings, and then there's the multiplier effect. But again, when compared to many other ports, it's a strong economic engine. It's still unclear to me, and I know the board will be looking to me to sort of figure out, is there a role for the EDIC in the broader development of the harbor or the maritime industry? And it's just not perfectly clear to me what that could be. Certainly one of the recommendations of the economist who's part of the consulting team, is that there needs to be an entity, and it could be entities, but clear definition of who's going to be responsible for implementing economic development and growth strategies. I think it's pushed pretty hard, whether it's the creation of a new entity, whether it's more responsibility on SAL or the Community Development Office or EDIC, sort of remains to be seen. But I think the need to have somebody with an assigned role, responsibility, and accountability for the growth of the maritime industry is a strong message from the consulting team.
So when if I can ask a question, so what happens then? You get a recommendation, upon whose ears does it fall, and who has authority to decide, okay, it's this agency or this new entity we're going to form, or it's recombined, repurposed EDIC, or it's just more work for Sal, like what?
Well, most of it's probably more work for Sal, but ultimately this is still in the discussion phase, and ultimately this then goes to a draft municipal harbor plan, and then ultimately further public outreach and discussion before it could be finalized as a municipal harbor plan. And I think from my standpoint, it's important to have this plan, as concrete as possible. Sometimes these plans can be very sort of aspirational, rather than we're going to achieve the following in the next 5 years, where the goal is to add X number of jobs or grow the industry by 25%, or focus on, marine genomics, whatever it might be. I think what is important to me is that it be a real plan and as concrete as possible, rather than just sort of aspirational. And these sort of recommendations that just fall on almost no one.
So measurable and resourced, right?
Yeah,
or
I think so.
Some plan to, yeah. Okay, thank you.
All right, financial stuff. There's two things here. So one is that we signed an agreement with an auditing firm that was recommended by our previous auditing firm. The new firm is Roselli, Clark and Associates. And the agreement is that they